welcome to another video and welcome to week 2 of 1 Week 1 Shelf. So this is a vlog project. I will link week 1's up there, I think. So the idea is that I have numbered all of my shelves that I've got unread books on. I then use a random number generator to pick a shelf. And once I have picked a shelf, I use a random number generator again to pick a book, and that is the book that I read in this vlog, with the idea being that I will get through multiple books and clear the shelf. So the kind of plan is, well, just that really, to try and clear a shelf. I'm again picking books from shelves that I might not normally gravitate towards. So for me, I find this a really, really fun project. In terms of what I'm looking for, so last week I got YA up there in the corner. I will be skipping that shelf, so if shelf number 15 comes up again, I'll just be like repicking. I'm not going to visit the same shelf again. I'd quite like Christmas romances on my Kindle. I'd be quite happy with either KU or Kindle ARCs. I'd also be quite happy with like physical ARCs as well, because I really need to get a hand on them. Romance, I'd also be very happy with. I'd really like shelf number 4 to come up, because that includes my TBR. And, you know, at this point in the month, the 15th, it would be really good to make a start on my TBR. In terms of what I don't want shelves 1, 2 or 3, because they are non-fiction, classics, and chunky fantasies. That's probably it, to be honest. Oh God, I'm nervous now. Right, so I have got on here, can we see? Number 1 to 23, let's generate. Shelf number 7, that is Fairy Loot, or like special editions. So what I will do is turn you around, we'll go and find that shelf and see what we're going to be picking. Okay, this is shelf number 7. So this is special editions and other kind of fantasies that haven't fitted on other shelves. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. In terms of on here what I want to read Long Live Evil, I want to read Somewhere Beyond the Sea, I want to read Tempest of Tea, In the Lives of Saints, Witch King could be quite good. The thing is, because these are all fantasies, they are slightly longer, so I don't think I'm going to get multiple books read in the vlog, but let's select. So we've got 1 to 17, wish me luck, 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Little Thieves. Okay. I'm not 100% mad at that. Little Thieves has come up a couple of times in book box battle books and battles, and I've read the first 2 chapters of it, and each time I've done a first chapter challenge on it, it's come second in my stack. In that it's always been one that it's intrigued me every time, but it's maybe not been the one that I'm like, this is the most intriguing thing and I need to read this right now. So I definitely do need a push to read this one. So yeah, Little Thieves is going to be our first book for 1 Week 1 Shelf, week 2. Hello. Okay, it is Monday. It's about 5 p.m. I have finished work for the day. I need to read Little Thieves. I've got my Jane Eyre book sleeve on here. If you want the pattern for this one, let me know. Should be linked in the Etsy down below. I don't actually know if I've put this one live. So I am currently still at page 44. Like I said, it's Monday today. I have not thought about, looked at or picked up in any way Little Thieves over the weekend, which means that this 1 Week 1 Shelf is going to be much less successful than last week, because I'm definitely not going to get multiple books read this week unless I decide to DNF Little Thieves for whatever reason. But Little Thieves is over 400 pages. She is a chunky boy. 500 pages. So that means I'm going to have to read over 100 pages of this every day to get it finished by Thursday. 125 pages basically every day to get it finished for Thursday, which really realistically is not going to happen. So yeah, this one is going to be a not so interesting vlog, I am afraid. I'm hoping that next week the shelves are slightly nicer to me and gives me a shelf where I can pick up a few extra books, like middle grade or romance would be fab, or thriller. Actually, thriller would be fantastic because I don't feel like I've read very many thrillers this year. But regardless, I need to be reading Little Thieves. I think what I'm going to do is pick up the audiobook for Little Thieves and try and make some progress using the audiobook. I might just, okay, scrap the idea of having an audiobook then because I can't get one for free. That sucks. I'm like 100% certain I haven't got Little Thieves on Audible. No, buy it for 1 credit. I don't want to buy it for 1 credit because I don't know if I'm going to enjoy it. Okay, well, reading Little Thieves with my eyeballs it is then. So, that being said, yeah, I'm going to honestly struggle to finish it this week. But I will try my best. Like I said, I'm 44 pages in at the moment. I will update you when I get to the 100-page mark. And then my plan will be to do an update at each 100-page mark. But yeah, this one is going to be, I think, a slightly tough one to finish. I'm hoping, because it's YA and it is fairly fast-paced, I'm hoping it will read quickly. The type is very, very small, which is just fantastic. But we'll get through it. I will talk to you when I'm at the 100-page mark. Hello. It's now 6:30. So it's about an hour and a half later than when I updated you just now. I'm on page 56. I'm gonna DNF. I'm sorry. I'm just not interested at all in the book. I'm not really following it. I'm not really sure what's going on. So yeah, 56 pages and Little Thieves is going to be a DNF, which does mean that I will go upstairs and pick another book to read for 1 week on shelf. So all of that I said earlier of only having 1 book this week, not true. We're going to have at least 1 more. Hopefully one that is going to be slightly more intriguing than Little Thieves. And I'll be totally honest, it's not that Little Thieves isn't intriguing. I can see that a lot of people would enjoy this. But for me, it's reading very YA, which is fair. It is a YA book. But it's just, I'm a bit confused. I don't understand who this character is because she kind of almost has 2 fake identities. I don't really understand what the gods do. The gods are like her parents, but also not her parents. And I'm not really getting it. And I'll be honest, I'm not caring enough about the plot to make the effort to get it and to actually put the work in, as it were. So yeah, Little Thieves is going to be unhauled, DNF'd. Somebody else will enjoy this book a lot more than me. But for now, let's go back upstairs, get back to the shelf and pick our next. Okay, so we're back here on this shelf. 16 books to pick from now. Random number 9. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 9 is Witch King. Okay, let me double check my counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9. All right. So Witch King by Martha Wells. I have heard very, very good things about this book. My friend Zoo loves it and has been telling me to read it for quite a while. And I'll be honest, that always makes me nervous, because as soon as someone is like, oh my God, I love this book, you've got to read it, in my head, immediately I go, what if I hate it? So we're going to read Witch King, and hopefully we're going to enjoy Witch King. Hello. Okay, not helpful having a bracken on us, but it is Wednesday evening. It's about 5:30, I think. And I'm currently reading Witch King, which is in this thingy. I'm 38 pages in. This book is over 400 pages. I'm not disliking Witch King, but I am so confused by it. And I did ask my friend, and she was like, oh, you just need to like go with the confusion and it all makes sense in the end. So I'm trusting her on that. But yeah, so far it's fine. I did finish reading The Bone Season yesterday, which has been kind of taken up a lot of my brain energy this month. I do now need to probably start reading Malice, if I am going to read Malice. I'm still quite undecided on that. I've read like the first 2 chapters of Malice. So Malice, by the way, by John Gwynne, I'll be reading it for the Catch Up Book Club, which is hosted by Becca over at Becca in the Books. I've read the first couple of chapters so far, and I'm not massively intrigued. I'm not disliking it, but I'm not intrigued. So I would like to at least read Malice to decide if I want to continue with the series. But I also don't feel like I have the brain energy to read that right now. So, Witch King is currently the book that I'm reading. I would like to get this one finished as soon as possible, but by the end of the weekend. And this week just, I don't know, I feel like this week I was having to sort of read other things, which made life a little bit harder. I felt like I was having to, I was also reading other big books and like other quite heavy fantasy books, and it just sort of, I felt like this week I just didn't give the energy to One Week One Shelf, but I'm hoping that next week I will get a shelf where I can give a little bit more energy. But yeah, I'm sorry, this is a very rambly update to tell you absolutely nothing. But yeah, I'm 38 pages into Witch King. I'll update you when I get to page 100, and yeah, that's about it really. Okay, we might have a slight problem. I'm 60 pages into Witch King. I am so unbelievably confused, because Kai is talking about witches, but I thought he was a witch. But he's also a demon, and I don't know what the difference are. I thought that witches were demons in this world. I am honestly so confused. It's one of those where I'm so confused that I'm just not enjoying it. So this might be a DNF. I'm going to read until the 100-page mark, but if this does end up being a DNF, what I'm going to do, because like I said, I can't post this video as it is so far. Like, nobody wants to see like me read 20 pages and DNF 2 books. Yeah, I think if this one is going to be a DNF, then I will roll this part of the vlog into next week's vlog. And so next week's One Week One Shelf will be kind of 2 weeks worth. But we'll have a new shelf by then, where hopefully some books that I am enjoying at least a little bit. But yeah, I want to get to the 100-page mark, but I'm struggling. And I'm a little bit disappointed, because I thought I was going to really like this, because my friend told me I was going to really like it, and I'm just not there. Which sucks. Hey guys, final update probably from me tonight. It is still Wednesday night, it's 9 PM. I've DNF'd, 75 pages in. I'm I don't understand a thing that's happening. I'm not enjoying any of it because, yeah, not enjoying it. I don't, well, it's not even that I'm not enjoying it. I don't understand it enough to know whether or not I'm enjoying it. So, unfortunately, Witch King is not for me. That is the second DNF in a row, which ain't great. But in better news, to put a positive spin on it, that has meant that I've cleared 2 books off that shelf, which is good. And that's all I have to say on it, really, because I didn't read either of the books. So I know that my friend Zoo will be really, really happy that I can give her a special edition of Witch King, at least. I'm trying to find very, very small silver linings here. Yeah, it was not a book for me. I'm sorry, not for me. So last week's 1 week, 1 shelf failed miserably. So this week, we're just rolling on the vlog, but we're going to try with a new shelf. Okay, couple of things first of all. Once again, I am not going to be revisiting the YA shelf that I visited a couple of weeks ago, and I'm not going to be revisiting the Fairy Leaf shelf that I visited last week. I also, because this is getting towards the end of the month, I'm also going to be allowing myself 2 vetoes. So if a shelf comes up and I'm like, I don't want that, I just don't want that, I'm allowed myself 2 times where I can be like, nope, I'm just gonna redo. So let's get started. We have 23 shelves. Well, we have 21, but you know, not Wikipedia. Okay, let's try that again. 11. 11 is paperback fantasy. I'm going to say no. I'm going to say no, and I'm going to reselect. 14. 14 is a crime shelf. Okay, I'm going to say yes to a crime thriller shelf. So let's get down on the floor because it's a bottom shelf, and we'll work out what we're doing next. Okay, bottom shelf, so always a little bit tricky to fill, but this is the shelf that we are working with. So let's count them up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. Right. Let me just get up my random number generator, change it to be 27, and generate 27. Okay, oh, I'm excited by that. That is Guilty by Definition by Susie Dent. This one I got sent from the publisher September, I think, maybe at the end of August. I'm very excited by it. I really like Susie Dent. She is the lady of Countdown. If you don't know what Countdown is, she's basically a wordy person from Dictionary Corner. And so Guilty by Definition is her first book. It is a murder mystery, and it's all to do with like words and like different meanings of words. I'm excited by it. So yeah, book 1, Guilty. Hello. Okay, it's Sunday evening. I very, very nearly put this one back and completely forgot to update you in the slightest. But I remembered. Yay, go me. I'm able to do the most basic part of, you know, being a YouTuber. So I finished reading Guilty by Definition, and I really, really enjoyed it. I haven't yet rated it, but I feel like it's going to come out at like about a 4-star, I think. I loved that. I loved all of the clues and the mystery, and the fact that the whole mystery was, it was all solvable, if that makes sense. Like, you could very easily solve this mystery yourself if you are clever with words and, you know, like crossword puzzles. I am not good at crossword puzzles, so, you know, I had no chance, but it was possible to do that yourself as the reader. I liked as well that everything that happened, everything wrapped up in a way that made sense. There weren't any unanswered questions for me anyway. And yet also everything was logical. Like the murderer made complete sense, and the way that we got there made sense, and the person who was, you know, sending the letters made sense. And I really like all of that. That's something that personally I really, really appreciate in a mystery novel. So yeah, really happy. Finished the book, had a great time. It is now Sunday night. I'm going to start reading. I don't know if I'm going to read for my next book just yet. I've got to feed the cat, as you can tell. She is very, very hungry and upset with me because I haven't fed her yet. I think I'm 5 minutes late for feeding her. So obviously, clearly, I've forgotten all about her and she's about to die of starvation. But yeah, I'm going to pick up my next book and we'll hopefully try and make some progress on that. If not tonight, maybe tomorrow. But final 1 week, 1 shelf, and I'm happy, doing well. Hello, sorry about the awkward angle here. So we're gonna go right down here on the floor. I've just finished Guilty by Definition, and I'm just gonna pick my next book. So this is the shelf we're working with. It does look different to before because I've had a bit of a reshuffle and a bit of an unhaul. But also my camera's broken, so I'm filming on my phone, which means I am going to just pop the screenshot up here of the random number generator. It's between books number 1 and 25, and I got book number 4. So better angle here. So I picked book number 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. If I can get her out, it is Karen Slaughter. Sadie's coming as well. Sadie can go back in. Girl Forgotten by Karen Slaughter is my next read. This one does sound interesting. It's one of these books that I've always been like, do I want to read this or not? But actually it does sound quite interesting. So yeah, this will be my next read. Hello. It's Tuesday night. It's about 11 p.m. I am sleepy and I'm about to go to bed. But I wanted to let you know that I have finally started reading Girl Forgotten by Karen Slaughter. I'm about 100 pages in. I've been audio booking it tonight while I've been crocheting. And I'm not 100% sure what I think yet. So we're following this girl, Emily, who in the early 80s was murdered. She was about 7 months pregnant at the time when she was murdered. However, when she was found, she was still just about alive. She was kept in a coma for 2 months. The baby was delivered and then she died. So the baby was then raised by like her parents, the baby's grandparents. And then in the modern day, we're following a woman who has grown up in witness protection, and basically to be protected from her father. I'm not 100% clear on like what her father had done. I think he's like a cult leader, but he is potentially going to be released from jail unless, well, she's trained to be I can't remember what they're called, some sort of like police officer, a marshal. I don't really know what that is. Anyway, so she's found out that her father is potentially facing parole, unless he can be accused of this old murder, which it was always thought that he was the one who did it, but there was no evidence. The murder of Emily, the girl from the beginning. So our main character is trying to find out what's happening. We're split between the two timelines of the 80s and the present day. So far, I really, really feel for Emily. We've just had a horrible, horrible scene where she went to the doctors to find out if she is pregnant, and the way that the doctor just verbally and physically abused her actually made me feel sick, like absolutely disgusting, really, really awful. And yeah, the way that she is being treated is just disgusting and makes me very sad. Um, yeah, I'm not yet 100% on like a fan of this book. I sort of feel like the story so far is sounding interesting. I'm more interested in Emily's plotline than the modern day plotline. Um, but I'm kind of like just a bit, I don't really know. I chose to listen to this one, like I said, I was crocheting. I've been listening to Malice by John Gwynne, which I'm supposed to have finished by the end of the month, but I am about halfway through and it is the 26th today, so that's not going to happen. And then I thought, oh, well, I had actually forgotten that I was supposed to be reading Girl Forgotten for this vlog. So I was like, okay, well, I'll start that one. It's a thriller, it should be quite a quick read. And I think I will continue it. I think I will finish it, but I'm just not convinced it's like the best book that I've read. I feel like it's going to be a thriller that is going to be upsetting, thrilling, upsetting, all of those words. But I'm not sure that it is going to be one that's going to be like sticking with me or anything. So yeah, I guess that's my update. 100 pages into Girl Forgotten. It's about a third, so doing good. And I will try and read some more tomorrow, and I will update you when I've read some more. Oh, I'm going to show you. I've made this one for a friend. This is the crochet book sleeve that I've been working on. It's actually a commission for one of my friends who wants to give it to her mum for Christmas, which is very exciting. And I've been making another, well, not actually another commission, but another one that I'm making for a friend in the style of Onyx Storm. But I'm not going to show you that one because just in case she sees this video. But yeah, I think that's all my updates. I don't really have anything else to say. Girl Forgotten is okay. I think as well, the thing is 100 pages into a thriller. Normally, by this point, I'm quite invested in the plot, and I'm not really invested in Girl Forgotten. It's fine. I'm just not invested. I'm like, could read it, could put it down and not pick it up again, and I'd be fine with that. So that's that. Anyway, I'm going to go to bed because I am tired. Hello, it's Wednesday night. It's about 10 o'clock now. I have just got back from watching Wicked and it was really, really good. I really liked it. It's actually my first time ever seeing the Wicked story, if you know what I mean. Like, I've never seen the screenplay. I've never seen the live show. I've never read the book. So I didn't know the story. I was like, well, I understand, you know, from context that Elphaba and Glinda were friends, but I don't know how you get from that to the Wizard of Oz. And I still don't know the answer to that question either, because apparently it's not in this part. But I really enjoyed it. I loved it. I was singing along and having a whale of a time. I was singing along under my breath, or like really just mouthing along to the words, because I can't sing at all. And I think the people around me would have been very offended if I was singing loudly. But anyway, we're not here to talk about Wicked. We are here to talk about Girl Forgotten. I don't know why I said it like that. Girl Forgotten by Karen Slaughter. I am currently 244 pages in. Gotta say one thing, the chapters in this book are so bloomin' long. I am on chapter 7 and I'm 244 pages into the book. That is too long for a chapter, isn't it, Bella? It's too long. Bella agrees with me. So yeah, 244 pages in. I am more intrigued than I was last night. I'm listening to the audiobook, and the audiobook is fine. It's not like the most incredible audiobook that I've ever listened to, but it's good. It's fine. I'm enjoying it. Yeah, I am more intrigued than I was last night. I do still think the 1980s storyline is the plotline that I'm enjoying more. 1 second. I just need to tell off Bella from scratching the sofa. You know you're not allowed to do that. She's just a naughty, naughty little tortie. So yeah, I'm more intrigued in the past plotline. And yeah, I don't know really. I don't think I've really got very much to say, if I'm totally honest. I'm having a good time. I'm having fun. I don't think it's going to be a thriller that's going to stick with me. It is going to be a read and unhaul. And that's not because it's, you know, that's not a sign of it being a bad book. I read and unhaul most of my thrillers, unless it's like an absolute 5-star, I will want to read this again multiple times. I unhaul pretty much all of my thrillers because once I've read it, once I've been thrilled, that's it done. So yeah, so far so good. Nothing more to say. That's it. I'm probably going to finish it tomorrow. I'm going to have to finish it tomorrow. I need to get this vlog finished tomorrow because, quite frankly, I am fed up of filming this vlog, and I'm sure you are fed up of watching this vlog. So yeah, when I get it finished tomorrow, and then I can move on and read something different. I might finally, tomorrow will be the 27th of November, and I might consider trying to read something off my November TBR, because I haven't touched my November TBR yet. Clearly, I'm not going to read my November TBR. Well, I'm going to tell off Bella again. She's throwing things on the floor. But yeah, that's my update. Nothing more to say. Bye. Hello. It's Thursday evening. It's about 6 p.m. I have finished reading Girl Forgotten. So I finished this via audio while I was working. So incredibly, this is just an side quest rant. I was listening to this on BookBeat, and I've only got 20 hours on BookBeat, and I've already listened to an audiobook this month. So I ran out of hours, and I was like, oh, okay, I'll go over to Spotify. I had an hour left on Spotify, and so I've read all but the final chapter. Going via 2 different audiobook platforms and then having to finish the last chapter with my eyeballs. Good thing I had a physical copy, to be totally honest, because not being able to read the last chapter, very frustrating. Anyway, yes, I finished the book. Sorry about the noise. That's Bracken. She might have got an extra crumb of food somewhere if she licks it another, few times. Anyway, so Girl Forgotten. Wow, I've talked for a minute and I have said nothing of note. I liked it. Wow, that was worth the update, wasn't it? It was fine. It interested me. I was hooked. I did have one jaw drop moment at the end. However, I will be totally honest, the jaw drop moment was that apparently, according to the book, in the law in Delaware up until the 70s, was that the age of consent was age 7. That was my jaw drop moment. The thing with this one is it was such a small cast of characters, such a small cast of suspects from the beginning, and you knew all of the suspects from the beginning. You know, it was laid out of here are our 5 suspects. It can only be one of these 5. And I sort of wasn't particularly interested in who it was that kind of did it, because I kind of was like, well, I'm gonna know anyway, because it's so small, and you know that it's either one of her three friends or the teacher. Like, there was literally, well, no, there were five options. There were three friends, her actual friend, or the teacher, and that were the options. I'm not going to say who it was. So yeah, I kind of felt like I wasn't massively intrigued in the actual investigation. Like I said throughout, I was more interested in the past timeline, which was set in the late 80s when Emily was attacked. Whereas, and like what happened to Emily in terms of not who murdered her, but who raped her, who got her pregnant, who everything else that was going on in her life. The actual whodunit kind of felt a bit like a supporting storyline, if I'm honest. But yeah, I enjoyed it. And again, I'll be totally honest, my feelings for this one are kind of like the same as I've said throughout. I had a good time. It's probably about 3.5 stars. It's fine. It's going to be very forgettable. I'm going to unhaul it because I'm not going to read it again. But I think it is a decent thriller. So that is this vlog finally over. I am not doing it any longer. I'm going to be ending this vlog now. This 1 week, one shelf has turned into 2 weeks, two shelves. So let's backtrack. We started off last week with the book box shelves. I read and DNF'd Little Thieves. I read and DNF'd Witch King. I then thought, right, well, I can't post a vlog with 2 DNFs in it, so let's extend this. I've read Guilty by Definition, which I enjoyed, and now I've read Girl Forgotten, which again, I enjoyed fine. So, semi-successful vlog, but that is the end of 1 week, one shelf. We are going into, actually starting tomorrow, I've got my Vlogmas series, which, that is if you're watching this like when it comes out, which I'm excited by. I'm going to be doing a lot throughout December. I've got a lot of different vlog plans. I'm excited. I think it's going to be a fun December. I still I'm in shock that it is December in like 2 days time. What is that about? But that is that for this video. If you like this video, as always, please leave me a like, subscribe down below. Have you read any of the books that I have read or attempted to read in this vlog? If so, let me know your thoughts. If you just want to let me know you were here, what kind of emoji can you leave me? Leave me your favourite yellow face emoji, whichever one you choose. I am personally a fan of the like tilted crying face. I don't really know why, but that seems to be my like go-to emoji of choice at the moment. And also the one with like the 3 little hearts around it. I quite like that one as well. But yeah, leave me your favourite emoji face thing. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.